Thunder! 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 ThunderCats! Ho!
Welcome, Bunglers, to our first bonus episode of our ThunderCats episodes, brought to you by the Radical Retro Rewind podcast. As always, I am your host, Radical Ryan Hunter, here with everyone's favorite brother, David.
Mum-Ra, ready.
Check. We wanted to do this, David, because we want to give back to our ThunderCats fans.
Yes, absolutely. We, as of recently, received a bunch of new messages and some new followers of the podcast. So we wanted to reach out to them to thank them for reaching out to us and go over some mail.
We want to talk to you and just, again, say our thanks and go over some exciting things as well that we're planning for the future here on the show. So this is the first bonus, right, David? But a few months ago, Mitesh gave us a list of different little ideas to do, and we mentioned that we were going to start doing bonus episodes. So this is your first one. It's gonna start with some mail because I know we have so much during our main episode, but we also have some ThunderCats news and little tidbits. So before we get into that, David, Puma is releasing a line of ThunderCats sneakers. It's 6/24. These are gonna be released. Right now we have Panthro, Chitara, Mum-Ra, and they call it ThunderCats. But to me, I was telling David off camera, they should have been called Tiger Feet because they're like they're tiger striped. I don't know why they didn't just call them Tigra. David, I want the Mum-Ra one so bad, but I mean, I can't see $120 for Pumas that someone's going to look at and go, what the hell is this person wearing?
I was going to say, what would they retail at? Well, if you're a serious collector of footwear, then maybe this would be the way to go, because if you love ThunderCats, I mean, everything is just about disposable cash. If you have it, and you want to get that, it's great.
Oh my god, if we had it, I'd be buying it.
I recently acquired a sort of omens from a mysterious package that was sent to my home, so things come to those who wait.
The sword chamber, Lion-O, in the sword chamber. Honestly, David, if I had the cash to flow, we would all be wearing Chitara sneakers everywhere we went. I was like, David, you need to go to the bank. Wear these Chitara sneakers.
Quickly. Maintain your top speed for at least 3 miles.
Exactly. So those are coming out. Of course, we'll talk about it on our Instagram. Fun fact to throw at you, David, we, of course, are doing Sword and Sorcery Summer, right?
Yes.
We just recently did Jason and the Argonauts from 1963, and in that movie were harpies. So...
It sounded like you said herpes.
Oh,
harpies.
There's harpies. I went back because we mentioned Hunga the harpy from She-Ra, and ThunderCats fans were always mentioning She-Ra on this show, by the way. I went back to some of our older episodes. It should be a She-Ra podcast. Well, like Adora does this. Adora did that. But anyway, Hunga's first words are Bungler, David.
Oh, wow.
She says to Queen Angela, and here's the clip. I'll play it right now.
Bunglers! Bird brains!
Your vile minions have met their match, Harpy.
Smile while you can, Angela! They might have foiled my weak sisters, but they must still deal with me!
Someone's stealing Mum-Ra's language here. Hunga the harpy. Hunga the harpy.
I don't know why bungler became such a popular word in those cartoons, but I'm living for it.
Let's say that it was Mum-Ra lighting the way, but honestly, they came out the same year, ThunderCats and She-Ra, so I guess bungler was the term.
You really couldn't say, other nasty words, so I guess bungler's a good word. Well, okay, so if we want to get really technical, to bungle something really is to mess it up, and bungling, yes. the plan that, let's say, Mum-Ra has put together. You do this, X, Y, Z, in this order, and they bungle it. So I guess bungler is actually a really good term.
Queen Angela, you bungler! We love our bunglers, and a matter of fact, like David said, we got 2 new separate comments. It's not from Mitesh, it's not from Lovely Leah, Craig, or Zach. These are 2 new people. You're organic, you came out of nowhere.
Hey.
My source tells me maybe your source.
She even looks older.
How dare you say that to me?
I didn't think Lionel was like that.
I tell you it's true. The information comes from my best source. There's another thing. According to my source,
I did it for the money.
and I paid the money. Are you sure your source is on our side?
You got mail.
And keep your foot off that blasted Sommoflan.
So this first comment is Jay Haxon. And forgive me, if you've listened to this podcast, you know I cannot speak the English language. But they say, this has quickly become my favorite podcast. I grew up with the show and only wanted toys related to ThunderCats for years. I guess I was a single-minded child. Your jokes and observations have been so on point. You make my partner, who has never seen ThunderCats, laugh out loud next to me. Please keep up the good work. Your inflamer comments alone secured the listening of my brother, my partner, and myself. Ho. Ho!
Oh, thank you so much. That's just music to my ears. I really love that, and this is the reason why we do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just to reach out to other people and hope that they enjoy themselves and get a good laugh out of it. So this, like, hit the mark perfectly for what we do and why, what we do and why we do it.
I was giddy, David. I was giddy. I was, like this. Like the Return to Oz, again, another movie we just did. The Gnome King with ruby red slippers on. I'm going, ooh. Made me so happy, really. And I saw it literally. I was laying in bed one day and I'm like, what is this? This is followed by our other. And at first I'm like, well, maybe it's the same person, right? But no, this one is on Instagram. And this is Jason Daniel. And I don't want to give away your last name in case you don't want me to say it. But Jason Daniel, you're saying, my new favorite podcast. I was born in upstate New York in 1984. And my brother, 87. And we both watched and played with ThunderCats. Your observation references humor and bad puns it with such accuracy and depth that I find myself actually laughing out loud at work. Please keep up the great content. I mean, again, I'm just... Yeah. My favorite thing on podcasts is when I get a joke that the hosts say and it makes me laugh. This happens on my favorite podcasts all the time. The fact that it's happening with us is just, again, music to my ears.
It really is. I can't say it enough. It's, sometimes when you do something in life, you question, am I on the right path? What am I doing? You know what I mean? We've slowly grown the podcast, and it sometimes can be a little bit disheartening when you see somebody who literally just put on one episode of a podcast, and it's, again, not to be mean because I'm not going to say anything, but it's subpar. It's just they don't seem to they put their heart into it, and then they have they go viral for some reason. And to get comments like this means that we are reaching people, and that's really important to me. I mean, we use this to spend time together. Again, most people know, if you've listened to the podcast, this came out of the pandemic, like a lot of podcasts did, and we were able to see each other and actually have a good time together, even though we were on separate coasts. And so I just love it. I actually love that they both have said they laugh out loud. That is you get our humor, which is also really nice.
Oh, yeah, because there's sometimes I'm editing an episode, Dave, and I'm like, oh my God, is someone gonna know what the hell we're talking about? And I guess they do, or they just pretend that they do. And we appreciate both, right? So, and then again, all of this ThunderCats history, growing up, your brothers, your siblings, sharing it with your partner. I mean, even down to Mitesh, who's sharing ThunderCats with his family. I just love that we're building this community. Of course, we're part of the ThunderCats, fandom. It's just fantastic. So with that said, we did get a Mitesh mail. Mitesh says, hey, my retro brothers. Sorry I was not here on the last episode. It's exam season in the UK as us teachers get busy. So Mitesh is a teacher and so is Leah. So we actually have people who know a little something.
We have intellectuals listening to us even though we're guttural. when we speak English.
So is this, David, are we being studied as part of a class of what not to do, possibly?
I don't know, but I love it anyway.
So now to more important things. Disguised as King Arthur, and by the way, these are for the next week's episode that we will be doing of ThunderCats. Disguised as King Arthur, Mumra schemes to gain possession of Excalibur, the most powerful sword ever created. Quote from Wikipedia. What an amazing synopsis of a great, crazy, and hilarious episode. It is another of my top 10 ThunderCats episodes. Only the 80s can produce such a retro concept as an episode. First, we had Hachiman and his magic katana, and now Mumra enjoying more cross-dressing, costume as King Arthur with Excalibur versus the Sword of Omens with the Eye of Thundera, with an unbelievable comeback by the ThunderCats. Ho! And the secret of the Ice King, the return of the beautiful Snow Meow, and the best linguist on Third Earth, Snowman, help the T-Cats battle the biggest, maddest, not Father Christmas of them all. Get ready for another epic bungle action, you lovely bunglers. This is a group of some of my favorite T-Cats episodes coming up as we count down season 1, The Good and the Ugly, leading to Mumra's next cross-dressing episode, Dream Master. Can't wait.
That's like Nightmare on Elm Street, the Dream Master.
And I automatically think of Wizra too. Anytime it has to deal with a dream, I'm like, oh, Wizra, is he coming back for David?
Please, I got my mirror up, ready.
Can't wait. Right. He's wearing his Chitara sneakers. Can't wait. Bye, my Ryan and David. Matesh. Love you, Matesh. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I always love hearing from you and getting your perspective.
No spoiler. David hasn't rewatched the episodes, I believe, yet. We're about to record the next set. The Ice King, the ending of that episode, I could not believe. I'll leave it at that. Like, it involves an egg, and I can't believe what happens. So I can't wait for David and I to discuss that. So then, of course, we have lovely Leah. Leah is she has such wonderful, fun observations. The return of the ThunderCats and our awesome hosts. Gotta love hearing my mail returned after a month, but spoken in your lovely voices. I'm filled with despair, flair, and if Lion-O's near, hair, which reminds me, if ThunderCats groom themselves in the traditional feline fashion, how big would their hairballs be? I gotta tell you, if it's anything like my poor cat, they would be vomiting all over Cat's lair.
Imagine they're fighting and they spit up a hairball on Mumra. He's like, oh my god!
I don't know why I'm picturing Chitara doing it too.
This is why we have to exterminate all ThunderCats. He would be grossed out by that, wouldn't he? He would just be like, oh! So yes, we got a Little Mermaid reference with Tigra and the siren. So in Mechanical Plague, some things is... Oh my god, the ThunderCats are gonna make cat videos? A whole species that makes their own cat videos, LOL. Or are they going to make catamoteries? I know you probably wrote that better, Leah, but... Well, give you more than you can handle. 2 Mumras, double the bungle, a universe of only Mumras, and where only upskirt shots are available. You know Mumra loves a good upskirt transformation sequence. The pool of cat videos. Never knew that Mumra was such a big fan, but I guess everyone loves a good cat video, which is true. I still watch them on Instagram. I will get lost in a cat video. I love the video with the cat's like very snarky and mean to the master. Like, just shut up and give me the food already. Have you seen that one? It's like a black cat, and the cat just like so annoyed with his owner. And then there's another one where the guy says, "I'm sick, buddy. Can you help me out today?" And he gives the cat this long list of stuff to do, like go to work. And it was so super cute. Anyway,
so Mumra does like his junk piles, mechanical junk piles. He also has the mutant ship buried out there, which is true. He does like to collect things. A bit of a hoarder?
Maybe.
I know this as myself. Mumra is such a tragic comedy of errors. So many bungling errors. Only mutant fans. Money, money, money. Ooh. I wonder if the mutants could do, Jackalman does like the boots with the fur.
Mutants only?
A caticure. Oh, those nails. This was my reference, I believe, about Tigra's nails looking extra jagged last episode for some reason. Bunglers, I am Mumra the ever eternally stupid. Or maybe Mumra the eternal bungler. Close-ups of slives? Yes. Your reptilianness? You dare challenge me? Yes, I do, you big bungler. So this is, if you can't fix it, kick it. Does that work when you want to get rid of Mumra? I hope so. You know, this is about Snarf kicking the capsule to get the Thunder Kittens out. So, yeah, I hope so. Oh, now I have to wait another month until next week. And next month, wonderful David and Ryan. I love you, lovely Leah. You are still on your adventure of going back and listening. Every day I get an amazing comment of an old episode that brings me back, of Leah going back and listening to our main episodes. And of course, Leah is still supplying us with the audio for our main episodes as well as ThunderCats. So Leah, again, you are amazing.
Can't say enough about you. Thank you so much, and I love your observations about the things that we talk. It's like I don't have the words to articulate it, but it feels really good, and it's really fun hearing the comments and knowing that people are involved. It's like when you're a kid and you used to write to pen pals, like your friend who you became a lifelong from the UK. You know, one day maybe we'll meet them. We'll meet them all.
I would love that. A ThunderCats convention meeting. They have to have those. I know they have He-Man ones. They have PowerCon, it's called.
Oh, wow. Well, we need to work. We need to work.
This bonus is going to give you a little extra something. Our future plans for the show. We couldn't just give you mail. We wanted to make this a little extra something for you to snack on while you're waiting for next week's ThunderCats episode. So, David, we've been talking about this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We believe, and I'm pretty sure this is going to happen, and especially since we're saying it here, we can't let you down. We have things planned till the end of December to end season 1 of ThunderCats. So, coming in January, we want to give you more ThunderCats action. We want to say thank you to all of you by giving ThunderCats its place every other week during the main show. So this will definitely take away some movies for our regular listeners, but we can't at this point deny that our ThunderCat bunglers are just as up there as our radical ones. So this is going to give you more ThunderCats. I kind of did like a crazy middle of the night little plan on a piece of paper where I kind of, David just wrote down kind of like...
He started writing on the walls in chalk, babbling, creating weird symbols. You know, some people call it a possession. He calls it podcasting. But
yeah,
I digress.
Exactly. So we figure January, we come back, we continue season 2 of ThunderCats. When that finishes, we are going directly to 2011, the reboot of ThunderCats that did only last one season of 26 episodes. But bunglers, if we do 2 at a time, it will be 13 episodes of this ThunderCats action. Matter of fact, it's perfect because the first 2 episodes are like that classic setup, so it would be 2 episodes anyway for the first 2. Then, kitty cat fans, join us as we do ThunderCats Roar, the next reboot comedy series, also canceled by Cartoon Network. So this is now the second Cartoon Network version of ThunderCats. This lasted 52 episodes, and if we do 2 at a time of those, David, it will be 26 episodes altogether. So that one I am particularly just because I want David to experience all of what I saw on that ThunderCats Raw, including Tigra and Mumra's love affair of some kind, that they both have a crush. I still don't get what Mumra, because he looks terrible. But Tigra, I don't know what he sees in him, but I love that. They use the original ThunderCats music. So David, I just can't wait for you to see that, and I can't wait for you to see Silky, which has Tigra eating dirt from a plant in the episode, just continuing shoveling dirt in his mouth.
Silky's back. All right.
You know we love our Silky around here. And then, continuing our animation journey, David, we will be doing Gem and the Holograms from 1985, which would be 31 double episodes. David, that's a lot. That's a lot. What are your feelings? What are your thoughts?
So Jem was from the beginning, from the podcast.
Yeah.
And actually,
too.
I don't know if it's still, but up until recently, Jem was one of our most watched and listened to.
It still is.
Listened to episodes. So there's got to be something there. I mean, I've always loved it. I don't know. It was the epitome of the 80s for me. And, you know, there's so many things about it. And we've discussed that, I think, even on that episode. It was right before, like, G.I. Joe. So they wanted to, it was like a sandwich between two quote unquote boy
and Transformers,
you know, shows. So they added this action adventure, I guess, aspect of it. So I always love when Jem's hanging from the Rockin' Roadster, hanging off the side of a cliff. You know.
And honestly, it really is written for boys and girls. They did add the quote-unquote the
you know what? I think it's just written. I'll do one of my tangents. You know what? People ask me, like, what type of music do you listen to? And I tell them I can listen to classical. I can listen to from the Baroque period. I listen to the Andrew. I can go from the Andrew Sisters to Ozzy Osbourne to Nicki Minaj. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I can go all over the place because I find something within that song that means something to me, whether it's a hook, a rhythm, stolen track from other songs that I've liked before.
Your own stolen songs.
Yes, I've had that experience myself. So Jem to me is that way. Like, I don't even like to talk boy, girl. Like, I think that's just kind of like...
It's universal.
This is universal. It's got universal appeal.
Which, of course, is David's username for years. So I think that's going to be fun because it's animation. We hope you wonderful bunglers follow us over there because our idea is David will be doing a song every episode, much like Jem has a song every episode. I'm thinking maybe we'll use the background music of a song and then have David kind of do like a synopsis. I don't know. We're going to come up with something.
So I'll be doing vocal exercises this coming year to really bring it home.
Bunglers, we still have ThunderCats galore for you. And of course, when the movie comes out, if it finally comes out, we announced this 2 years ago when we started ThunderCats. If it actually comes out still, we will definitely do a review on that. This is really exciting for us. Again, we thank you so much for your love, your support, your new listens, you telling your partners, your brothers, your sisters. It's just amazing. Stay tuned for more bonus episodes like this, and we'll actually get into conversations like your favorite villains or blah, 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 blah. We'll actually do bonus.
The biggest bunglers. We just wanted to definitely put it out there for all of our listeners and definitely would love the reaction because I would like to know if what we're saying jives with what you would like to see. Or it definitely would be really helpful, and especially ideas, because we do listen to everything you guys say and it's important to have a different perspective. So Ryan and I obviously have two different perspectives, but we're very similar in a lot of ways, and we just love when other people kind of say, hey, what about this, or have you ever thought about this way? So definitely keep the comments coming and definitely comment on what we've said. I know we've been talking, we're a little long-winded with this, but we wanted to just see where you guys are at.
Beautifully said, David. ThunderCats are loose 2024. So is that what we should call it? Our campaign?
Yeah, then they'll actually have the movie going and they'll probably cancel us because we're using
WB will go, oh, you wanted to sell that Mumra shirt? Oh, you want to use that Thundercat music?
So better watch out. Warner Brothers is after you, Ryan.
Yeah. Thank you again, bunglers. We will actually be back with our double reviews of Excalibur and the Ice King. Keep in mind, David, when you watch this, for some reason, they start calling the snowman, who's always been Snowman, Snow Knight. And to me, he's never referred to that ever again as Snow Knight. So they're like, Snow Knight! Who?
Oh my god, it sounds like Sailor Moon. Zoisite.
Yes!
Snow Knight. Moonlight.
It's Chitara. Snow Knight. Lion, Snow Knight. I'm like, who is Snow Knight? And then I looked up, of course, and they're like, AKA, he's Snow Knight. Because I guess
you remember, didn't he have like almost like a javelin thing going on when we first met?
Yeah. So Snow Knight, who knew? That's his alias at the clubs, aka Snow Knight, the
Daddy
snowman.
Snow Knight.
So you can reach David at Universal Appeal 2020, all one word, and the Radical Retro Rewind podcast, one word on Instagram. We also have that ThunderCats only page, and that is where, matter of fact, one of these lovely listeners went to co-comment, so thank you for finding us on there. Of course, all links are in the description, so you just have to click a little button and you'll be joined with us. And as always, David, ThunderCats ho!
Who you calling a hoe?
Bye.